which is fighting a war against the narco-terrorists. I must also mention here that good organizers trying to see. Today, if I am in Karnataka and I am a student union leader, and I bypass Karnataka government and have a talk with the central Meitei. Okay, that is possible. But will the people of Karnataka, will the government of Karnataka like me? No, because I am trying to bypass. So when the shoe was first time thought over by the cookies, why did they think about the shoe? You saw how many groups. They said that we don't want a sovereign country. We are ready to respect the territorial integrity of Manipur and India. Okay, very good. Then why have you taken up arms? Against whom? That comes to question that who are the cookies? They were brought by the Britishers as mercenaries to scout for them against the existing indigenous population sometime in 1820, 1830. That is why in all over the Manipur and part of Nagaland, there are small cookie villages that they were put by the Britishers to watch the indigenous villages. In northern Manipur, I was posted in 1981 to 85. We had two cookie villages, Khanjan cookie and Akhan cookie. Only two cookie villages. They were put by the British. So there, they still think that like the Britishers, dealing with the Britishers, you bypass the state. So in 2005, the first shoe agreement was signed with the government of India. Obviously, the Manipur government said that, what are we here for? So it was revised, and finally, 2008, it became a tripartite. You saw the number of camps. How many camps are there designated? 14 camps are there. What is the cadre strength? Less than 2,000. Okay. Weapon about 400. I will not go into the exact figure. Now let us compare with 1975. 1975, Government of India signed a Shillong Accord with the Naga. Naga army was a huge army. And we had only 3 camps. And we also took this surrender Naga army people into BSF. 99, 111 and 112. In fact, when I was, my time is telling me that.
Just 3 more minutes, sir.
Okay.
Because we have questions.
Okay. Now, so I have been always telling them that why keep them in 14 camps? You have not seen on the map where are these 14 camps? These 14 camps are surrounding Imphal from all 3 sides, 4 sides. So even at the time of signing this, I have said that this is very dangerous. You cannot have 14 camps of the militants surrounding a town. Now coming down to the other group, Meitei. I will tell you the Meiteis are not pure Hindus. Okay. We are Hindus, but we also follow something known as dual religion. The Japanese does it. Japanese follows Bushido and Buddhism. Meiteis follow Hinduism and our Sanatananism. We worship the forest. I'm sure some people in Rumiji state also, you worship the snake, Shaam ko puja karta hai and all those things. So similar, we also have our own. But for the Meiteis, forest is very important. Forest deities are very important. We call it Umang Lai. Because we believe that it is the forest which gave us the firewood, the food, everything, water and everything. Now start off has brought out the poppy cultivation, and so all our forest that is place has been either destroyed, excavated, whatever. And to add fuel to the fire, some time back the Meiteis were prevented. We had to take permission from Kuki to go to my for a pilgrimage to the forest data. I will ask a simple question. Either in Karnataka or in the rest of India, if you are asking, you cannot go to Vaishno Mata, you cannot go to Amarnath, you cannot go to one of these famous temples. What will be the law and orders? So similarly, that type of reaction came out from the Meiteis. Meiteis are basically very, very reactive. Happy with, that is what one of my complaints to my community is, happy with what you have and nothing much to plan. So when the trouble broke out on 3rd May, they realized we have no weapon to fight. Other side has got all the weapon. In fact, before the fight started, they had gone to all the gun shops and collected the weapons. And it's not only the Meiteis who looted the weapons, they also looted India. And after the first phase, which lasted from 3rd to about 12, 13, out of about 5,000 odd weapons taken, about 4,000 was surrendered. Figure could be plus minus. But, and I, as an individual, I felt that okay, things will subside, state will go back to normal. But they had other plans. Possibly they wanted to show how strong, how good they are. So, on the eve of Honorable Home Minister's visit to the state on 29th, on the night of 27-28, Imphal was attacked at 20 points. At 20 points. It was an all-out attack using all sorts of weapons. Now people of Imphal, considering that, I must also tell you here that we have the per capita, the highest number of military officers are Meiteis in the whole country. Obviously, they will not remain silent. So they also went. I'm not justifying the going for weapon from the police and others. So the idea was to show it to the Home Minister that we are still powerful. I'll put it this way, that their plan went for a big dose. Coupled with this is the fact that the habit of bypassing the system was so much so that wrote letter to the Israeli Prime Minister, wrote letter to the UN General Secretary, wrote to the EU. Now they are asking the Canadian government to interfere, wrote to UK. Will any sensible Indian accept interference by a foreign country in the internal affairs of your country?
No.
No, you will not accept. The Americans have better things to do. Americans must think about Black Lives do matter. Stop being the red capital of the world. EU, if they want, why don't they feed the starving people in Africa? Why don't they go to Afghanistan and talk about upliftment of women? Why don't they go to Syria? Why Manipur? Now, I will touch upon the geostrategic importance of this area. When we talk about the Act East policy, Manipur is the gateway. Where is the gateway now? The gate is broken. Very difficult to pass through the gate. Even the narco terrorists are no more bringing drugs through Manipur, they are bringing it through Mizoram now. So, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if we in India are discussing this issue here, I can tell Chinese intellectuals are also discussing. The Pakistanis may be very busy because of arrest of Imran Khan. Will also be discussing. The Myanmaris are looking for what we can make out of it. And Bangladesh. This is our neighborhood. Okay. Now, in the world, even when Modi ji was the chief minister, when there was Gujarat riot, image of Modi ji has not gone down so much so as it has happened now in Manipur. I'll put it this way. Because in the Gujarat riot time he was only a chief minister, so there much of fun. Here he is a prime minister and there much of the higher you climb up. So that is the problem. That is what possibly the whole world wants. That is what opportunity our mistakes are giving it to the world to interfere into our internal affairs. Now you brought out, you require truckloads of ammunition to fight for 100 days. Where is it coming from? Somebody, the BBC asked me, how is the narco-terrorism playing out? Narco-terrorism, can't you see? Have you heard about in Latin American countries, the armies have been raised by the drug warlords? How are they fighting for 100 days? They have weapons like Lt.General, sniper rifles. And they call it volunteers, they've been well trained. Generally, I can tell you, amongst you, if I give you a sniper rifle today, for 7 days you don't know how to use it. It is not all that easy to. So somebody has been training it for a long time and is trying to. Now I'll come down to what can we do to.
Just 2 minutes.
What can we do to bring an end? I must repeat here once again that all the cookies are not aliens. I must say that there are many cookies who have been here in Manipur for a long time. They are most welcome to stay, they must stay. But being a nationalist, I feel that all aliens need to be shown the door. They must be asked to leave the country. If they do not, they must be forced to leave the country. In fact, this problem has brought out, I thought that Noni will bring out how much resistance was there when there was a door-to-door campaign of identifying the foreigners. It was that the households were expected to come and tell the government that I have so many foreigners. Nobody came up. Instead, there was a protest. Second, why there is so much of violence? The violence is there because everyone thinks that he is not going to be penalized. Every crime, when one commits a crime, there is a two deterrents. One deterrence is the fear of punishment. Second is the consciousness that I am doing a wrong thing. These two are the two factors which do not make us do a wrong thing. But in this case, both are not there. There is no fear of crime. There is no moral justification that I am doing a wrong thing. The poor fellow feels that he is doing something correct for his community. So there is a requirement of correcting this and taking people into custody. Last example I will give you on this is the last killing which took place in Manipur was three days back when they wanted to have a mass burial site. Okay, so now the court gave an order that 5 days establish the ownership of this land and we will decide. They could not wait for 5 days. Bulldozer chala diya. Now the court is so wild. The court has given contempt notice to the government of India, government of Manipur, chief secretary, army and everyone. How did you allow it? At night they came and murdered 3 people. In spite of the home minister saying that this is a buffer zone. But luckily for us, the Home Minister, day for yesterday, has requested them, the other party, the cookies, and both the Meitei also, to give up violence. If there is no violence, I am sure that things will return sorted. But there has to be punishment, there has to be accountability. Those people who have not done their job must be held accountable. They cannot get away that, Loji, I was doing this, I was doing this. They must be held accountable. And lastly, the fact-finding team, other finding team, effort must be on to take back these displaced people to their original place. For that, it will require a Herculean task, and the government, both at the center and the state, will have to show their will to execute this last task. First two tasks are not very difficult, but the last task definitely is very difficult. So, other geostrategic points, maybe some other time. Okay, thank you very much.